The Bank of Canada is cutting its key interest rate. This was expected. It now sits at 2.25%. That's down 25 basis points, the lowest level we've seen since July of 2022. And the bank is signaling this could mark the end of its cutting cycle. So what does it mean? Obviously, anyone who's trying to dip their toes into the housing market, paying close attention to what's going on here.
If you bought a home in Vaughan back in 2021, this year might be the most stressful renewal of your life. We are officially entering the mortgage cliff, and for thousands of families in the York region, it's hitting harder than anywhere else in the GTA. In early 2021, we were looking at free money with rates around 1.5%. Today, in late January 2026, even though the Bank of Canada just held rates steady at 2.25%, the reality for your wallet is very different. If you're renewing this month, the numbers simply don't add up anymore. We often hear about the Toronto market, but Vaughan is actually in a much tougher spot. There is a specific pattern break happening in the 905 that hasn't hit the Toronto core with the same force. Let's look at the actual data. Quick favor, did you know 99% of people watching aren't subscribed? If you want the raw data on the GTA market without the confusing jargon, hit that subscribe button. We're pushing for 1,000 subs, and every one of you helps. Let's understand exactly how the math works with a specific example. Now, to be fully transparent, this is a fictional scenario, but the numbers are based on the exact average data we are seeing in the Vaughan market right now. Let's look at Mark. In 2021, Mark bought a 2-bedroom condo in the Vaughan Metropolitan Center for $750,000. Back then, he secured a 5-year fixed rate of 1.6%. His monthly payment? A very manageable $2,450. Fast forward to today, January 2026. Mark has to renew. Even with the BOC holding rates, the best renewal rate his bank is offering is 3.9%. Suddenly, Mark's monthly payment jumps to $3,280. That is an extra $830 every single month. That's not just giving up lattes. That is a car payment or a child's tuition gone, just to keep the same roof over his head. Here is why this hurts more in Vaughan than Toronto. In 2021, people paid a suburban premium to get into Vaughan. Prices spiked faster here than they did in the 416. But look at the inventory today. Vaughan's active listings are up 34% this month compared to last year. While Toronto prices have stayed somewhat flat, Vaughan is seeing a price slide. That's $750,000 condo Mark bought. In today's market, similar units in VMC are struggling to sell for $610,000. Mark is facing a $140,000 loss in equity at the exact same moment his monthly costs are skyrocketing. That equity cushion people talk about? In the 905, for many, it's completely evaporated. It's even heavier for detached homes. A big house in Kleinburg or Woodbridge that sold for $1.8 million in 2022 is now sitting on the market for 45-plus days and struggling to clear $1.55 million. Imagine paying an extra $1,200 a month for a home that is now worth $250,000 less than what you paid for it. This is the reality of the 2026 mortgage cliff. It's not a crash yet, but it is a massive financial squeeze. If you're watching this from Vaughan, Woodbridge, Maple, or Thornhill, I want to hear from you. Are you seeing for sale signs staying up longer? Are you worried about your renewal? Let me know your situation in the comments. If you found this breakdown helpful, please subscribe. I'll see you in the next market update.